Good day, fellow investors. Over the last 10 months, 8 months, copper prices have been exploding and now have reached a high of $3.5. Consequently, stock prices exploded from the March lows. Freeport, the largest copper miner traded, has almost quintupled, which is really great for those that have been invested. And companies we discussed also, Southern Copper, has also more than doubled. And in line with yesterday's video about Jim Chanos and the dangers of retail investing, I really wanted to discuss the copper situation, the copper fundamentals, the risk and reward, the speculation behind the current prices, and the long-term copper investing outlook. And I think it will give you a great perspective on what to do and what kind of investor or speculator you are. And just to tell you that I'm not just somebody that's talking about copper now because it's hot. This channel has been built on the copper thesis. We made a lot of money on copper miners over the last 3-4 years. So I even made in September 2019 a video that you'll regret not owning copper in your portfolio, and here we are a little bit more than a year later, and it has happened a month ago. The investing strategy, Freeport analysis. In this video I just want to summarize a little bit what's going on with the fundamentals, with the copper price, to give you an indication where we are on the risk and reward so that you can see how it fits for your portfolio. If we go to the cost curve, how are copper prices set? The marginal producer, the last one, depending on the demand and supply in the market, he sets the price for everybody. So if supply is low, demand is higher than supply, then everybody is rushing towards buying copper. Speculators come in and increase the demand for copper. We are now in a situation where ports are congested, it's difficult to unload, it's difficult to mine, and this is the reason for the higher copper prices, because we see that most of the producers have lower than $3 per pound producing costs, which means that the average is around here, the long-term average, with short-term spikes based on the steepness of the final part of the cost curve, which also implies that now making calculations of these on these higher prices is very dangerous fundamentally. And if we look at the speculation in the market, you see how there is a lot of speculation on strong economic revivals. No, the economy will be lower than it was in 2019 for a little bit longer. Again, global economic recovery, mining super cycle talk is back as stocks go higher, and this is the environment we'll live in, as discussed yesterday in Chanos's video. The dangers of retail, it's party like it's 1999 all over again. However, these are really worries, and this is what makes copper go up. Okay, if there are supply worries, if there are issues in Chile, in Peru, then prices go up, but that evens out over time because the costs are what sets a commodity price. The cure for higher prices in a commodity environment are higher prices. Producers that have idled their mines because of low copper prices will now ramp those up, will increase investments, especially as copper prices stay a little bit longer. There will be plenty of money flowing into the system, which will lead to oversupply down the road, and that is what you look in those cycles: low prices, high prices, low prices, high prices, low prices, because of the overinvestment here led to low prices, then prices went up, investments also from here still ramping up, Cobre Panama, low prices in crisis, and now we are seeing higher prices, but mostly due to COVID and the short-term speculative repercussions. Long-term, we are here, average prices around 3, and we also made, a friend of mine made, thank you for that, made a Monte Carlo simulation using 10 years of data. The expected outlook for copper is at 3, so at 350 is a risky bet to bet more on copper. Below 250, it's a low risk, high reward, value investors, as all that bought a copper stock like I did on the 20th of March were very well rewarded. In a few days I'll talk more about my portfolio, so subscribe and click that like button so that you see more of my videos. On the range for copper prices, yes, it can go much higher, even above 4. It is possible, can go much lower, and that depends on the supply and demand.